Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In the previous video, I showed you how to design this using HTML and CSS. So this is how it looks. We have all these postcards over here, and we also have this hover effect. Now in this video, I'll show you how to make this dynamic. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace all of this content dynamically. So if you go back to our source code, here we can see this is our HTML. And right now we have hard-coded all the content. So we have the link of the thumbnail, the title, and all of these things already there by default in the HTML. So this is the first post, and if you scroll down, this is the second post. We have all the content written in the HTML. Now in this video, we will generate all this content from JavaScript and add it to the HTML elements. So let's get started. Right here I have created a JavaScript file, and it is called main.js, and in that we have this array of objects. So here we can see we have this array with the name of posts, and in this post we have all the content of the post. So here we can see this is the first object, and this contains all the content of the first post. So here we can see we have the ID, we have the thumbnail URL, and we have the post link, the category, and title, and all these things over here. In the same way, we have the content of all the other posts. So what we're going to do is we're going to extract all these details from these objects, and we're going to add this to our HTML. So for that, let's go ahead and create a function, and I'll just give it a name of populate all posts. So let's type const populate all posts. And what we're going to do is we're going to loop through all the items inside this array. So in this array, we have all these objects. So let's use a for each loop to loop through all these objects inside this array. So let's scroll down, and let's type posts.forEach, and I'll just call each of the post. Right now, let's extract all the details that we need. So let's create a variable called post link, and we'll just set that to this post link over here. So let's type post, which is the name that we have given over here. And then we need to type post link. So here we can see we have all these suggestions. So let's select post link. Right now, let's create another variable, and let's name it thumb URL. And we'll just set it equal to post.thumb URL. And let's create another variable, and let's name it category. Let's set it equal to post.category. And now let's create a variable for the category link. So let's type category link equals post.category link. Right now, let's create a variable for the title. So let's type let title equals post.title. Now let's create a variable for the summary. So let's type summary equals post.summary. And then we need to have the author. So let's type let author equals post.author. And then lastly, we need to have the date published. So let's type let date published equals post.date published. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to use all these variables, and we need to create the HTML element. Now for that, we'll create a different function. So let's call the function create post div. And for the function, we'll pass all these variables as arguments. So let's type post link, thumb URL, category link, title, summary, author, and date published. Right now, we need to create this create post div function. So let's create that over here. Let's type const create post div. Right now, we need to receive all the arguments over here. So let's type post link for the first argument. I'll just scroll down, and I'll just copy all these arguments from here, and let's paste it over here. We'll have the same names. Now in this function, we need to create a post div, and we need to add it to this blog post container division. So let's go ahead and reference this blog post container division. So here I'll just type const blog posts container division equals document.querySelector blog posts container. Right now, the next thing we need to do is we need to write the HTML code for this post. So I'll just copy this HTML from here. I'll just copy it all the way till the end of the division. And let's go ahead and let's create a variable called HTML code. And here I'll just use backticks. And let's paste the HTML code over here. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to replace all the content that we need. So here we can see we have the link of the post. So let's go ahead and replace this hash with the link. So I'll just tap $symbol and curly braces. Now in this we can add variables. So let's add this post link variable over here. Post link. Alright, the next thing is this thumbnail URL. So I'll just delete this from here. And let's tap $symbol curly braces. And let's tap thumb URL. The next thing is the category URL. So let's delete this from here. And let's tap $symbol curly braces. Category URL or category link. And then we have this category AI. So let's delete this AI from here. And let's tap $symbol curly braces. Category. And then we have the link of the post over here as well for the heading. So here, let's tap $symbol curly braces, post link. And then here we have the title. So let's delete this title from here. And let's tap $symbol curly braces, title. These are all the variables that we get from these arguments in our function. Right, next we have the summary. So let's delete all this summary from here. And let's tap $symbol curly braces and summary. And then we have the author. So let's delete the admin from here. And let's type $symbol curly braces author. And then lastly we have the date. So let's delete this from here. Let's type $symbol curly braces date published. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to add all this HTML code to our blog post container division. So let's type blog post container dot insert adjacent HTML. And here we need to have two arguments. One is the insert position and the next is the content. So for the insert position, let's type before end. And then for the content, let's type HTML code, which we have created over here. So let's type HTML code. Right now we need to call this function populate all posts. So let's tap populate all posts over here. And now we need to go back to our HTML file and let's just delete all these post divisions from here because we're going to generate all of that using JavaScript. So I'll just delete all these post divisions. And let's add the link of the JavaScript file over here. So let's tap script :src and let's tap main.js. Right now let's go back to our design and let's see whether everything looks alright. So here we can see all the content of the posts are displayed over here. We have different content that we have in our JavaScript. So let's change something and let's see whether it is working. So I'll just add this same thumbnail over here for the first one. Let's go back to our JavaScript. And here for the first thumbnail, let's change this to thumbnail3.jpg. And now let's go back. And now we can see for the first post, we have the third thumbnail. So it is working alright. So that's basically how you can generate all this content dynamically using JavaScript. Now instead of getting the data from your JavaScript itself, you can go ahead and get the data from a database if you want. And if you get the JSON format of the data back, you can just do the same thing that you did over here. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.